All right. And here we are once again. The return of the High Noon Hemp Show, of course, means it's Wednesday. It's noon Eastern time. You find us many places. If you're watching, you want to watch now, later, you want to listen later, all of those things can be done. If you want to watch live or on demand on video, Temptations Beach Facebook page, the Jedi Hemp YouTube channel, and of course, at Temptations on Twitter. Podcast, of course, do that as well. Search the High Noon Hemp Show on Podbean, Google Play, and iHeartRadio. All of those places you can find us. I'm Stoner Jesus.
Oh,
He is still watching television as Beach.
still watching television. A little behind today. Here I am.
I love the Temptations in Sharonville at the Hemp Quarters. It is Beach, who has returned from his beach vacation. Ah, puns. There we go. How are things in this this week in the world of Temptations, Beach?
Glorious. Let me get my microphone down here too, man. I tell you what, I take a week off and I forget what I'm doing. Things are good. It is good to be back in the Planet Everywhere studios for this week's High Noon Hemp Show. I was literally on the beach last week. I said I might post a picture of me in my hemp swim trunks. I did not do that. There is a
The
picture.
people were clamoring.
I know, right? I feel like there might be a picture. I have to find it. Maybe a picture of me and Kevin on the beach, and I might be wearing my. Well, I'm wearing hemp. I'm not sure if they're my swim trunks. Which ones they are? Some are more hemp than others. That's for sure. But I will say, while I was down there, and this was we were on Anna Marie Island. Beautiful, great. We got lucky with the weather. It was great all week. I think the coolest thing that happened was we went to a place called the Sandbar, which is like truly one of probably the top 5 most popular places that you can go to eat. You can eat on the bar. You can get drinks and take them out to the beaches right there. It's really cool. And I found hemp on the menu. So I was like, what? This is super cool. I think I sent a picture over these chips. So the chips here were hemp on the menu. And it was funny. It was funny because we're sitting there and we're waiting for our table. And these older people sat down across from us and they were going over the menu. And I literally heard the one lady say, "Oh, it's got hemp in it. I wouldn't do that to you." Like she wouldn't order hemp in the food for the other lady to eat. And normally, and I'm not, I'm on vacation. Normally, 99% of the time, my hemp education mode kicks in, and I'm like, "No, you should be eating hemp. Hemp is a great protein source." Blah blah blah. I didn't say anything to them, but it was just so funny that they sat across from us. And the one comment the lady made was, "Oh, that has hemp. I wouldn't order that, or I wouldn't do that to you, or something," to the other older lady. And of course, because of all the confusion, they thought it was CBD. I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of places where you go, they call their CBD hemp, which it is. It's extracted from industrial hemp, but it's CBD. Hemp food, on the other hand, is from the hemp seed. And so there was again no chance of anything bad happening. It would have been, they were really good chips, actually. I would say that. But hemp is very healthy. I've said it a million times on the show, maybe 100 times. It's one of the greatest non-meat protein sources that you can get. It's one of the best plant foods that you can eat. The hemp seed, nutritionally wise. And so, order those for your mom or grandma when you go out. It's good for them, not bad for them. And again, it's probably could use some CBD too. I don't know, but it was funny how they were like, "Oh, I would never do that to you," and I'm like excited, like I agree. I'm like they hadn't sat down yet, but I'm like yelling out loud, "They have hemp on the menu! Oh my gosh!" Like these people over here can hear me for sure. It's like I can't wait to get some hemp. I was super excited to order it. And again, they were great chips. Worked great in my food, and I think they came with some other appetizer as well. So, Good for the sandbar. Thanks, chef from the sandbar, for putting hemp on the menu. Um, it's a great thing. The other really fun picture I want to show you is we were in like the Anna Marie. We went to the museum, the historical museum. It's really cool, and of course they have Cincinnati Bengals up there for some reason because of training and all this stuff. But I get to the books, you got the birds and you got the flowers and all this stuff of Florida, and then you have the cannabis. You look over to the left right there. You actually have a fold out cannabis identifier. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. Now, of course, this was for THC flower more than anything. But I do think that having, these cannabis identifier fold out in this little historical museum was quite enlightening. Good for them on that one for sure. It'd be fun if you opened it up and it had like a shirt and like some hempcrete, and like I think I'm gonna make a fake one of those, maybe cannabis fold out identifier, and like put all the things that hemp can make in it, because that's just brilliant.
There you go.
I mean, that's just brilliant. HIA, get on it. It's one of these hemp people, Hemp Authority, somebody get on it. The U.S. Hemp Authority was actually up, I think, trying to talk to Mitch McConnell some more about the hemp laws and the hemp policies, not really the laws as much as the policies and the way it's looked at. And so good for them for sticking in the air again. Until it is treated like corn and soy, we are not done. We are not done. All right, let's jump right into the product spotlight. I've got 4 from the store, 1 from my door, and actually a little more this week. So the first one is, these are new. This is actually a CBD THC. It's a 5-to-1 ratio, I believe, in a drink mix. And so, this new legal THC, 100% legal, industrial hemp extracted, is the newest hottest thing. There's no doubt about that. Speaking of that, I showed you the Enjoy syrups before, but we actually have some new flavors in the Enjoy syrups. And yes, you're reading that label correct. That is 420 milligrams of THC, Delta 9, 100% extracted legally, industrial hemp. And so, these are thoroughly getting enjoyed. It should come with a warning: do not operate heavy machinery. Please be careful, type of thing. That's for sure. But super popular. Here's some the Med CBDX gum and mints. We kind of have to slow down with these. We used to sell a lot of gum back in the day when Big Willie Cunningham was talking about how the CBD gum took 2 strokes off his golf game on WLW. And we always knew when his listeners came in, because it would be the only thing they would buy would be the gum, because that's what he talked about. Of course, now I think he's endorsed. He's paid by some CBD store now to talk about their CBD stuff. I'm going to move my camera so I'm in the middle. I don't like not being in the middle. Beats in the middle. Where are you at? In the middle. Where are you at? In the middle. And so, yeah, there you go with some CBD. And again, I think the gum and the mints are both great ways to get CBD into your system, because that almost forces you to use it sublingually. So it's going to go in under the tongue, so to speak, go straight into the bloodstream, right into those endocannabinoid receptor system, and then out into the body where it thinks it needs it most. And so it's definitely a good way. It's a good, if you're not going to use the tincture, which is, in my opinion, the best way, or the gummies. And of course, gummies are good too, because you chew it up in your mouth, sublingual, and then you take a little in to the digestive system as well. But the gum or mints is something that you suck on, chew on in your mouth is a great way to get the CBD running through your system. No doubt about it. And the last one from the store is the hemp stain. I was recently reminded that we have this in the store by myself. I was talking to somebody. They're staining gun stocks with hemp oil. And he was really looking for like a green, like a refined green or a pure green hemp oil to get a little green tint. And I was like, well, but we also have hemp stain that would probably work great for that as well. A couple different, 3 different, and these are in the Sharonville store. Hemp Shield's a great company. I'm pretty sure you can order online if you are somewhere else in the world and can't make it into the Sharonville store, or we don't have a color that you want. I know there are some other colors in different stores, even probably. It's a great way to stain some wood if you're doing some staining of wood. Okay, there's 4 from the store. Now, the one from my door, and I mentioned that this product was on the line. Once again, necessity forced us, and this was great. We're driving down, and Mary's like, we're driving on vacation. I was like, I didn't bring any shampoo or conditioner. And my first thought in my head is, well, we can go to any grocery store and probably find hemp stuff. And in fact, that's what I said. I was like, what a world we live in, where we forgot something on vacation, and we could probably go into any grocery store and get it. And lo and behold, we went down to the Publix, the biggest grocery store in Florida, I think, or one of the bigger chains. And, Mary found the new Herbal Essence shampoo and conditioner, hemp and aloe, which, again, 2 great things for the body, no doubt about it. And so we really are starting to live in a really good hemp world right now, where I can go on vacation and be like, oh, man, I'm going to have to use some. We would have bought all natural shampoo and whatnot either way, not filled with a bunch of chemicals and whatever we don't need. But Herbal Essence has the new hemp line that I talked about, a couple months ago, I think, on the show. And there we have it. And I used it, and it's great. And, it's another new hemp product to go on the shelves, or on my shelf, I should say, not these shelves, but something you can find anywhere. I feel like most department stores and Walmart and all this will have this, Target or whatever on the shelf. So from my door, or shower, I should say. And now the more, right before the show, Mary sent me a screenshot of some Duluth Trading. I don't remember if this was Duluth Trading. And they have an unbelievable, I put hemp into the search, and this is why, I always tell you guys, when you're out there and you're looking for something hemp, go to the clothing or whatever website you're looking, whether it's food or what, just put in hemp in the search and see what they have. So, Duluth Trading. There's like pages of hemp stuff. Now, I don't know the percentages. I didn't check out what the percentage of hemp was and all this stuff, but pages of hemp clothing is compression socks. All kinds of stuff for you to shop there. And I think, if I remember correctly, when I did go and for the first time I went to Duluth Trading website, it did offer me I think that 30% off coupon on my first order. So, when you're ready to do some shopping at Duluth Trading, DuluthTrading.com, huge company, they have plenty of hemp to choose from. And so that's quite brilliant. Good for Duluth. Wrangler, on the other hand, does have hemp. Not a whole lot, though. Just these 3 items right now, which I'm kind of surprised. I think they're kind of working, most of the gene companies are working hemp into their production these days, in all honesty. Wrangler right now is only doing a couple jackets and a pair of shorts. And it's not a lot of hemp, although I do feel like the one jacket was at least like 40%. I think the shorts were really like the least amount of hemp. But, like I've always said, 1% hemp is better than 0% hemp. And so you can check out Wrangler's hemp selection if you're in need. Good spring jackets for here in Ohio, that's for sure. And of course, summer's coming, so nice pair of Wrangler hemp shorts would be fun. And the last website that I checked for clothing was Dockers and Dockers.com. Again, their percentages when I looked at a couple of the items were somewhat low. But again, they had pages. It might have even been Dockers that had pages and pages of hemp stuff to choose from. I only got past the first page and just took some pictures of some of these men's shirts that they have. I haven't really checked out all the hemp products that they have. But Dockers is doing a really good job of incorporating some hemp into their clothing lines. And I have mentioned that before. I know I showed, I think, a pair of Dockers on the show that they were releasing that had hemp in them. But apparently they have a lot of hemp clothing to choose from at Dockers.com. So there you have it, folks. More on the product spotlight. 4 from the store, 1 from my door. And the more, which just happened to be kind of more men's clothing oriented, I suppose, on the more this time. And so get to any one of those places, get some of that stuff, enjoy.
Indeed.
And now,
Of course. Brings us. I know a lot of you were lost last week. You were waiting on Facebook to get that beachwear pic from beach on the beach, and you were sorely disappointed. I don't know if that means you're boycotting the show now. Maybe you're not even watching. You're so angry. I don't know. But we're going to right the ship this week and get you back on track where fashion and hemp collide. It's the beachwear segment. Not beach on the beach, beachwear segment, just beach back here in Ohio, beachwear segment. It's very confusing. Don't worry about it. You don't have to remember any of that. You just have to remember one simple question, which I asked Beach, of course. What are you wearing, Beach?
Feeling a little blue today. I feel like I haven't worn blue a lot recently, except for maybe my Kentucky blue stuff, so that's not true at all. But I really wanted to wear this jacket that I found. My hat is a Vaboom hat, Voboom. My jacket, which I believe, and I'm not positive, maybe an old Young Maven, maybe Monostache even before. The tag, doesn't have the company name. I cannot remember where I got this originally. And I, again, probably had this jacket for 20 years, 15 at least. And I just found it hanging up. I've never worn it on the show because I just found it like hanging up on a clothes rack. I didn't even know it was there. But it's a great jacket for right now with this kind of cool spring weather in the morning, whatnot. What's up, Big Randy? Unk. What's up, Unk? Thanks for watching. And so I was really wanting to break this jacket out, which is kind of a navy blue trim and zipper with the natural. My shirt is a super old head case. I call it the sun leaf image. Again, that's probably a 20-year-old t-shirt, every bit for sure. Got one of my older pairs of Kentucky Hemp Outfitter jeans on. We'll say those are probably at least 10 years old. In the pocket there, as always, my green Spring Technology pen. Underneath it all, I've got my Hemptopia briefs. And then bringing up the feet with the kind socks, kind hemp socks, and the Adidas Dakotas. Those are the Dakotas, one of the lesser made Adidas styles, actually. I think between the shell toes and the Sambas, I think that's the ones they make the most. But these are the Dakota version. So there you have it. If you're curious, Beach, what kind of hemp are you wearing today, head to toe? Now you know. What are you wearing, Beach? It's true. All right, let's jump right into the my first note. I didn't take it out of news and put it into more Duluth hemp clothing on sale at website. I don't know if they're on sale, but you can get a sale on them. Here's interesting: if you have a liquor license in Pennsylvania, you can no longer sell CBD, consumable CBD. The Pennsylvania alcohol board or whatever is taking a 180. Up until they decided this, it was completely legal for you to sell CBD in the liquor store with the alcoholic beverages, um, which makes sense. Liquor board dummies. But now, and again, what's really again, Pennsylvania is really a weird state because they're trying to be cannabis friendly. And then you have the liquor board, the alcohol board saying no CBD, no consumable CBD can be sold in the liquor stores. And again, it's just that's you're going backwards, Pennsylvania. You're going backwards. I suppose that's good for the local convenience store or hemp store that wants to sell, CBD because they can. And now that they have less competition, so to speak, it's just silly to say you can't sell CBD anywhere. I don't care where it is. Unless it's like the elementary cafeteria. I really think it should be on the shelves, everywhere. And when I say that, I mean, I want quality hemp CBD products out there. I know there's a lot of shenanigans going on. The industry's so new, and there's people taking advantage of that. But if we all made sure we stocked quality CBD products, I think that would be much better for everyone everywhere. Of course, here's Virginia. Virginia has taken a step backwards. They are one of several states recently that has made D8, Delta 8, illegal. Kentucky is trying to do it. Texas tried to do it and failed. They did it. They did it. And then a Superior Court judge overruled that. Now, my understanding is the Virginia governor, he signed something that made D8 illegal. So we're going to follow that in Virginia and see what happens. I think the bill in Kentucky still has to be voted on again. It did pass the first round of approval. And so, if you're in Virginia, call the governor's office, say it was a mistake. Call your senators, call your congressmen, whoever, senators, congressmen, mayors, I don't care. Everyone, tell them that just D8 is making one particular cannabinoid illegal. Again, now we're going backwards, and it's just too much. It's too much. We did find out that the FDA, and again, the FDA is dragging its feet and saying anything positive or adding CBD to grass or any of that. But they did send out a bunch of cease and desists to a bunch of companies. A couple of them are bigger names for making CBD and COVID claims. If you watched one of the shows recently, you know that the professor, doctor, pharmacologist that actually studied this at one of the universities has come up with his own CBD/COVID tincture, and he is putting in a formal appeal to the FDA, or he's going to at least put give these procedures and see if the FDA will approve it or not. Of course they won't. They won't do anything. The FDA would be happy to tell you can't make CBD and COVID claims, but they won't be happy to verify whether CBD really is good for COVID and whether we can make those claims.
Yeah.
Just like all the other claims that we want to make on CBD that we can't back up on a label because of the FDA. So, again, keep pressuring the FDA. Any pressure we can put on the FDA in all directions needs to happen until we get it on paper. And again, it's either yes or no. And if it's no, we go from there. But when it's yes, because it will be yes, then again, it will add some validity to the CBD market and make it actually, in my opinion, easier to find better products at most places. And so, right now everybody's like, well, if the FDA doesn't say anything, I'm just going to do whatever I want. I mean, because they feel like they're unregulated, but they are, because again, if you don't put the amount of CBD in your product that you say, the FDA can come after you. That's a labeling issue that the FDA does have authority over. And just like this, if you make any claims, medical claims about CBD, then the FDA can come after you. Okay. And if you keep making those claims, they will put you in jail. You get you get at least one warning, maybe two. I think the bigger companies, they get one warning and that's it. Smaller places might get a couple warnings. But uh, just in the last 5-10 years or so, the FDA locked up an Amish man for making claims, not CBD or industrial hemp, but just claims on medical claims on something he was selling at his Amish stand. And I'm pretty sure he went to jail for it because he just wouldn't listen to him. He wouldn't stop. And so, once again, we need the FDA to make it so we can make these claims, or make it so we can't make these claims. Just, say one way or another. So we, get on with it, which once we do get on with it, it will be positive. If they come out with some negative, something, the FDA, then that'll just be shady. Again, CBD's been around for 10, 12 years now. And it's been in full force for 2, 3, 4 years. So again, if it was truly unsafe to not put in drinks, food, cosmetics, or whatever, I think we would know. There are millions of people. I think I saw $2.8 billion industry, almost a $3 billion industry. CBD is worldwide. I truly believe that if it was unsafe, we would know after $3 billion worth of sales, which of course we know the opposite. Because of that, we're seeing all kinds of stuff safe to drive on. Right now, and I'll talk about this a little bit later, I think the biggest concern with CBD is interaction with pharmaceuticals, blood pressure medicine, things like that, because it does lower the blood pressure. And so if you're on blood pressure medicine and then you're consuming CBD, that may bring your blood pressure too far down. Once again, it's kind of funny, they're warning us publicly that CBD has drug interactions. They're telling us that blood pressure is one of the big ones. And it's like, we're not saying you should be using CBD for blood pressure medicine. We're just saying you shouldn't, so you can use the pharmaceuticals. Because the FDA won't say, we're finding these little studies, medical studies here and there, that this is true. And so, I'd rather be on CBD for blood pressure than a pill, which I do believe I am going to personally switch over soon, one way or another, to try to regulate my blood pressure with CBD. And so, we'll see where that goes as well. But, come on, FDA. It's just more, come on, FDA. List of non-alcoholic beers included Lagunitas. I don't know how to pronounce that. Lagunitas. Hi-Fi hops unplugged, infused with CBD and THC. So I feel like this is probably going to be released in the THC states, unless this is the legal, which would be cool, the legal THC. And so, we're seeing pressure to not put cannabis in alcohol, but we're seeing cannabis show up a lot in now non-alcohol, whether it's hemp seed being used or CBD. And so, it makes sense. It's really just a CBD drink, if you ask me, if it's a non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah.
So, I'll see if I can find those. I've yet to find the Rockstar drinks, and I did look when we were on vacation a couple times. I'm not normally in the convenience store that sells Rockstar, so it's. But I did, a couple times we were in the gas station getting gas and whatnot, and of course they just have, I mean, like 4 shelves of different Rockstar drinks. Um, but I didn't see the hemp ones where we were, so I'm going to keep my eye out for those as well. Um, I think again we do have a picture of this. This is a article titled "The Best New Sex Toys for Catching Spring Fever." The number one is Fiora's. They have arousal oil, and then they also have suppositories. And the suppositories they say are for after like recovery, sex recovery, um, which I thought was interesting. And of course, those can both be used vaginally, and anally if you want to. Now, again, I think the suppository is one thing that we don't sell, CBD, but we could, because again, I truly believe and I'm not making any medical claims. I've had customers ask me about using a suppository for certain cancers and whatnot. Um, and so, there is a need for that, THC, CBD, all that, as far as the suppository. Um, and again, we're seeing CBD show up as a sex aid on different levels. I read an article recently about CBD and ED, and how it may help with that. And so I think it can. I think it can help both men and women if there are any issues that you may be dealing with, or sometimes just to make it a little better if you want. Either way, so again, I've definitely seen CBD show up more and more in sexual aid products. And so this is Foria, Foria. So check them out when you want. Drinks and CBD, we're talking about it. InBev, the world's leading brewer, apparently, is going to start working with Telray, which is probably the world's leading cannabis company at this point. They have their hands in cannabis in all different forms, from food to CBD. But they're going to get together and start researching THC and CBD drinks in Canada. And so, that'll be interesting. Cannabis is legal in Canada at all levels, so to speak. And so, I think that this is why they're doing it there until the MORE Act passed, and hopefully it does here federally, and cannabis is taken off the controlled substance list here in the United States. No big companies are going to jump into the game, really. Although I say that when I just mentioned Rockstar has a line, and I don't know if Rockstar is only selling, and again, it's just hemp oil, from my understanding, not CBD. In one of their, it's supposed to be like they're more all natural or healthy versions of Rockstar. I don't know if they're just selling that in legal states, or they're selling it in all 50 states where it would be legal. It is legal, or marketing or whatnot. So I might just, try to make it a point to run around to some of the. I need gas today. It's cheap here. I'm gonna run in and see if I can't find that Rockstar hemp drinks here in Cincinnati somewhere. But InBev, again, once they jump into this game, it's going to be everywhere for sure. And again, I do think they will wait to probably start really pumping it to the states until cannabis period is taken off the controlled substance list. But if it's industrial hemp derived, it's 100% legal one way or another. And so, we should be using it. Here's a pic of, and I've been talking a lot about the hemp genes and whatnot, but the Denim Trends article included Pangea, and I have talked about Pangea's dedication to earthly good stuff. And so this is a straight leg jean, which I love. A lot of the hemp stuff I've been seeing kind of like baggy or uh, a boot cut even or whatnot. But you know that's why I really like my Kentucky Hemp Outfitter jeans, because they're straight leg for the most part. And for a skinny guy, that's what we need. You put a big fat pair of jeans on a skinny guy, we just don't look right in them. So I might check out Pangea, see what kind of price they've got on their hemp jeans. But I know that they have been dedicated. I've talked about some of the other Pangea items, clothing that they're incorporated hemp into on the show. More CBD drink stuff. So now we've got a former Pabst and White Claw employees, two of them. They are now going to develop CBD drinks. And again, this is here in the States. I'm sure they're in a state, and we'll see how far this goes. But to me, this is people in the industry seeing the future of the industry, which is coming and not even close to being here yet. I see a future where there's a decent selection of hemp and CBD. Again, if the FDA approves it, refrigeration, in all the shops, there'll be like special second, like that door will be hemp and CBD infused, so you clearly know what you're getting. Our refrigerator, that's all you get: Delta 8 CBD drinks and whatnot. And so but when they start hitting the shelves more and more, at first, obviously, without FDA approval, you're not even going to really see much on the label about it. You're not going to see it marketed. If the FDA changes that, it will be like the day after. The day after, you're going to see a lot of hemp leaves or CBD or whatever on the cans and in the foods, no doubt about it. Travis Barker, if you know who he is, Blink 182 drummer and the husband of Kourtney Kardashian. I don't know anything about the Kardashians, just so you know. But they are releasing a self-care CBD products, including bath bombs, which I thought was fun. Like, that was the title of the article. Like, relax with Travis Barker's CBD bombs or something. And so again, another big name getting into the CBD industry because it's good, pure and simple. Curaleaf. I don't know if I feel like I might have mentioned this. They got in a huge amount of trouble for switching THC products and CBD products. Made some people sick. They thought they were getting CBD and they got THC. What a terrible mistake to make, because it's true. Again, if you're expecting CBD, zero, side effects, so to speak, that you feel, and then you get THC, which has, a decent amount of side effects that you do feel, then, it's not where you want to be. I agree with that. And again, it's good that there's some regulations going on. They're probably going to get fined like $70,000 in the state that they operate in, and probably have their license suspended for 70 days. And again, they're a huge cannabis company. And so it's going to cost them a lot for this mix-up, as well it should. We can't mix up our products because we don't make THC products, so we can't say that we put the wrong labels on the wrong bottles. If you buy your CBD from a company that only does CBD, then that will never happen. These guys were obviously bottling their CBD in the same place they were bottling their THC, and something went awry somehow, some way. Somebody pushed the wrong button. And that, to me, can't happen. That's the worst. That's the worst thing I think we can do, or you could do in this industry, is to confuse CBD with THC and give someone who's wanting CBD THC without them knowing. Not cool. And they're going to be held accountable for it, which is good, one way or another, as any company should be accountable for something like that. How about these shoes? This is the Blue View. Now they're claiming that this is the first fully vegan and biodegradable shoe using hemp, tinsel, and algae-based foam. So the soles are actually made out of algae. Now, I have some vegan Sauconys. I would assume that those would be biodegradable. Now, I don't know how Saucony can say their shoes are vegan if they're not fully vegan. And that being said, if they really are vegan, I don't know how they wouldn't be biodegradable. Maybe the soles, even then though, the soles of the Sauconys should be vegan. I don't know what they're made out of, but maybe it doesn't break down as quickly as it can to be considered biodegradable. I think it has a compostable is a certain amount of time. Biodegradable just means eventually it breaks down and returns to nature. So I'll check on that. But these are kind of fun. Good, it looks like a fun summer shoe, possibly a fun boat shoe. And so that the company called Blue View is who this is. I haven't checked it out anymore to find out how much they cost or availability, but that's pretty awesome. If it's true, I mean, of course it's true. They can't make those claims if it's not. You can't call yourself vegan if you're not, and I wouldn't call myself a biodegradable product if I wasn't. So that's what the world needs. You throw away a pair of shoes, they just go out into the landfill and biodegrade. That's great, because I would have to say that most shoes now that you threw away would probably be around for a long time, between the synthetic fibers being used and the glues and the plastics and all that stuff. Zero biodegradable.
Yeah.
It's good for the future. 500 years from now, when humanity's digging through the trash piles for goods, someone will probably find themselves a decent pair of shoes that somebody threw away. That's not good. Okay, I was talking about the interaction between pharmaceuticals and CBD. There is an app now. It's called the Cannabinoid Drug Interaction Review, and it is a free app that is going to discuss THC and CBD interactions with pharmaceutical drugs. I think this is a great thing. As long as they're getting their facts and they're basing this on I don't know, peer reviews, because we don't really have the medical studies to prove any of this yet. But once again, we're starting to find these correlations, and once we've identified the causation, then we can say, hey, be careful taking this CBD if you're taking this blood pressure medicine. Be careful, one way or another. And what I really hope in the future is if that's the case, that whatever medicines it interacts with, you can get off those medicines and then you just use the cannabis in whatever form, because it's natural. Pharmaceuticals are not natural. The goal is to create homeostasis in the human body as naturally as possible. And what that means, homeostasis means, is that the body is functioning the best that it can in all cylinders, so to speak. If you're not looking for homeostasis naturally, then you're going to acquire homeostasis, but I think the long-term effects are not good. I'm not making any claims. I'm not saying anything. That's just my opinion. I think, we will find these things out more and more every day. That's for sure. Speaking of rock stars, I did. The Navy has just put out another claim saying that if you drink Rockstar hemp drink, you will test positive for THC. Nope. The Navy is flat out lying. Why is the Navy flat out lying? I'll tell you why the Navy's flat out lying. Because they have the dumbest cannabis rules of any organization on the planet. Okay. The military says you can't use hemp shampoo. You can't wear hemp jeans. You can't dry yourself off with a hemp towel. You sure as heck can't eat hemp. You can't drink hemp, even though there is zero proof, scientific proof, that any of those will put THC in your system. It happened once. And again, it wasn't science. Wasn't science that proved eating hemp foods will make you fail a drug test. It was a court, one court decision 15 years ago. Okay. Which basically said and again, I don't know how they proved in court because scientifically, I don't know of any scientific proof that could prove this, but somehow they proved in court. You know, once again, maybe it was one of those correlation things. Cannabis has THC, hemp is cannabis, and so somehow there's got to be some THC in hemp, which is true for the flower. Okay, that 0.3% legally, but not the seed. So far, I have never seen any scientific proof that there is any THC in the seed, which means there is 0.03% probability that you would fail a drug test, a THC drug test, Delta 9 drug test, for consuming hemp foods or drinking Rockstar hemp drink with hemp oil in it, or wearing a pair of jeans with hemp, or shampooing your hair with hemp shampoo. I'm telling you, a soldier gets in trouble for having Herbal Essence hemp shampoo in his locker. I doubt that they would to begin with. I don't think that wouldn't use shampoo if I was in the military. They'd probably just use soap on their hair because it's so short. But I'm just saying, if the soldier wanted to use hemp shampoo, it's in violation of the military's rules on cannabis, period. Zero cannabis tolerance, no matter what form it's in. Zero cannabis tolerance. So you can't eat a food that's one of the greatest foods on the planet. You can't use a body product that's probably one of the best body products on the planet. You can't wear clothing that's made out of one of the best natural substances on the planet. From my understanding, you couldn't live in a house that was made out of hempcrete because of the current military's opinions. I shouldn't say opinions, their policy. Their policy on cannabis. It's absurd. It's absurd. And this is what's just one more thing that's wrong with the ideology, the government ideology of industrial hemp. They still want to look at it as criminal. It's not criminal. It's 100% legal. It's been 3 years now, 4 years now. And they're still just acting just as absurd as they were before it was legal. And it just baffles the mind that they still come out and make these statements. But Navy's official statement: you drink Rockstar with hemp oil in it, you're going to test positive for THC. That's what they said. The ignorance still. Government ignorance, no less. Of course, we can expect them to be ignorant. They don't really govern us fairly. They just take advantage of them governing us, and they make their own rules without investigation, period. They go, well, someone said that's not good for you. I'm going to make it illegal. I'm not going to check. I'm just going to make it illegal. And again, what an absurd way to look at humanity. It's like a monkey going to pick a fruit in a tree that might be good for him or bad for him, but it gets smacked out of their hand every time before they even get a chance to find out. you know, and probably because it made another monkey happy. Anyway, um, it's just that's it's just terrible. It's just terrible that the military is keeping this great environmentally body product. I mean, it's a healthy thing out of the hands of their soldiers to begin with. There's another reason why we probably have an issue with trying to get someone to become a soldier anyway. I mean, can you imagine trying to recruit someone that had any knowledge at all about industrial hemp, some young person, and they're like, no, you can't use your hemp shampoo in the Navy. No, you can't wear your hemp pants in the Navy. No, you can't be around hemp in any form in the Navy or the military period. It's all military branches. It just happened to be the Navy that came out because they found out that Rockstar made a hemp oil drink, and they're like, well, we better remind everybody because we know y'all. I'm sure you guys all drink Rockstar like it's going out of crazy. But anyway, it's just what it's just nuts to think about, honestly. And then 180 degrees from that, the Specialty Food Association identified hemp as a standout at its winter fancy food expo, and so it is. I do think that hemp is still a specialty food. That being said, there is a hemp food product getting added to a grocery store shelf right now, a new one. It may still be looked at like a specialty food, but it is becoming one of just the most normal choices that we can get, in most places. So, in the little grocery store down from us, in the Northside store, he's got like hemp chips and hemp butter. I think I talked about that. Oh, I showed the hemp little chips a couple weeks ago. It had hemp seed in them. So I just went and re-upped on those actually yesterday. Got some more because they're good. Let's see here. Oh, this last pick. I think this is my last pick. I think this is just fun. We'll end it here. Here's a dog named Hemp that needs to be adopted.
I do not have a pic of that.
No, I don't have a picture of this dog. What a cute little puppy it was. These puppies were all named after plants. And so you had quinoa. It was like quinoa and flax, and one of them was named Hemp. Like these puppies that are up for an adoption somewhere. It was the cutest little thing. But his name, or her name, I'm not sure, was officially Hemp. So how fun would that be to adopt a dog whose name was Hemp? Super cool. Super fun. Cute little puppy. No doubt about it. There's a little bit going on. Of course, April is Earth Day month. 420 to Earth Day month. This year's 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today. No, I'm sorry. Holy geesh. 1 week from today will be the 420 episode of the High Noon Hemp Show. So, we'll probably do a little bit more dedication to the whole 420 lifestyle, which I don't normally do, of course, because we're dedicated to hemp. But if the High Noon Hemp Show is going to happen on 420, I feel like it's my duty and obligation to do some 420 stuff. And of course, we'll talk about Earth Day and why it's so important for Earth Day and hemp. That's for sure. On a semi-sad note, but still great, I suppose, we did not get a top place finish in any categories in City Beat. We did place in the top 3 for Green Sustainable, CBD Retailer, and Smoke Shop. The really funny thing is apparently it's the people that won CBD Retailer and Green Sustainable obviously are just like, well, what is Hemptations doing, because we're going to try to say we do that. Because somehow, and I am curious, and I'm not going to call and find out, but if someone wanted to call, I forget the name of the company already, and find out if they actually do carry any green sustainable products. Are they calling themselves Greens and Sustainable because they sell CBD and it's made from hemp? Because that's who won the CBD Retailer, was the same, I mean, good for them. I do not, other than mentioning it on the show, I didn't even put any signs up this year to vote for us in the stores. And so I try not to do any so-called cheating. Maybe next year I'll offer, a discount to customers if they vote for us. But I don't even want to do that. I don't want to do that. I want to win honestly. That's for sure. I do feel like that the people that beat us for Green Sustainable Store did not win it honestly. If they have 5 or 10 actual green sustainable products in their store, I might secede my point. But I don't think they did. I think they just said, well, we should nominate ourselves for this and then have all our customers vote for us for this because Hemptations. I don't think they know anything. I don't think they've ever been in a Hemptations to know why we're a green sustainable store. It's not because of CBD coming from industrial hemp, I can tell you that. It's because we have the largest selection of industrial hemp products on the planet. And it is one of the most environmentally friendly, sustainable plants you can grow. So, but thanks everybody for voting. I will still brag about top place in 3 categories. It's not 22 categories. I don't know. Maybe next year we can do that. I found there was like I swear, some of these places, they get into, I don't know how you can get into 20 categories. But I heard some of these places are, nominated and placed in it's just insane. I know it's a popularity contest, and I know that I don't go out and run the popularity contest. I was like, I don't promote, I don't entice, I don't, do anything more than talk about it a little bit just to try to get people to vote for us. But I figure they're going to vote for us or not, and that's the way I want to win or not win. So, I still feel good about the top 3 places in the 3 categories. If we can get a top place in that podcast category, then we're really, we're still working on that. But we'll see what happens.
Right. I blame you people. People at home listening. It's your fault.
That's my fault. I should have put a sign up in the store at least. Anyway. April 20th through the 23rd, you do have the Asheville Hemp Fest. April 23rd through the 24th, you have the Pennsylvania Cannabis Festival. April 26th through the 27th, you have the Pennsylvania Hemp Summit. And that's about it from what I've seen so far. I think there is a Hempcrete thing going on in May, and I'll get that. I'll talk about that next week maybe somewhere. And so thanks, everybody, for watching live. Thank you for watching later. And remember, reduce, reuse, recycle. Make everything else out of hemp. Having Hemptations.
See you all next week.